Welcome to Sex Talk with Kenyon and Chris. Today's topic, The First Kiss, Part 1, Grand Kenyon and the Benevolent Raptor.
And how was your...
I remember very clearly, it was my birthday, my 13th birthday. Wow. And I was a chubby kid. I know, the violin playing. And Grand Kenyon, they all called me in school. And then when I was 12, I thought, girls are never going to like me, chubby, no matter how funny I am. And so I became anorexic the summer that I was 12. And sure, it worked, because by the time I was the fall, I was 13, I had a girlfriend. And she was older. She was a year older than I was.
Right, okay.
And being a lot of 13-year-old boys are just short. I was probably 5'2.5", and she was 5'6".
Oh.
And she was a year older. She was an 8th grader.
Sure.
And I remember she showed up. She was my neighbor, and she showed up at my house on my birthday in the afternoon, probably 4:15, and she was buxom. She had large breasts. This was probably the one and only time I was interested in girls with very large breasts. But I was just mesmerized.
Sure.
And we went up to my room, and it was understood.
Yeah.
And it was understood.
It's funny how that...
And I remember I was so nervous. I still remember my heart just pounding, and seeing my hands shaking. And I remember reaching up, because she was 5'6" and I was 5'2", and awkwardly placing my shivering hands, quivering hands on her shoulder blades. And I said, "Would you mind terribly if I..." And before I could even say "kissed you," she just leaned in like a benevolent raptor, and I was just in heaven. But I remember I was standing on my tiptoes, and it had lasted about 16 minutes, because that's when I heard my mom coming up the stairs, and I knew I'd have to disconnect. Right. But I remember my calves just being seizing, and so my mom, we separated and wiped the spit. There was so much spit.
So much.
And Audrey was like, "Okay, I gotta go."
Everywhere.
Bye. And she ran away. And I remember thinking, I was so excited, and yet I was disgusted. I was like, "Ooh, I've had my tongue in someone's mouth." And I brushed my teeth for like 3 times in a row, and used Listerine. Back then, Listerine was considered really strong. Yeah, I used Scope at first in Act. And then I was like, "No, it's got to be Listerine." So I went and got my dad's Listerine, the yellow kind that looks like piss.
Yep.
Yeah.
And tastes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I even think she may, I don't know this for a fact, I'm pretty sure she put my hands on her boobs.
Okay. So you got 2 of these topics at once then?
Yeah. Two birds, one stone.
Yeah.
And that was absolutely just mind-blowing to me, that a woman would let me touch her
because
boobs.
that's an official gesture.